Welcome back to my channel, guys, where today we're going to be talking about some tweets that Lee Ross has been tweeting out on behalf of Call of Duty. He's actually been on the main Call of Duty Twitter page just tweeting out things about Rave and the Redwoods because people's been asking questions and it's sort of like a Q&A. And Lee Ross has been asked a load of questions in which he's given us some really interesting answers to a load of these. So I've just thought I'd put them all into this one video and show you guys, because I know not all of you follow like Call of Duty or Lee Ross or whatever on Twitter, and I know not all of you even have Twitter. So I thought I'd put it all in this video so you're aware of some of the things that they haven't actually put into the trailer, but they've said as like leaked information or whatever. So with the first thing right here, we actually have the names of the 4 new Fate and Fortune cards. We actually have 5. So what we have is 1 new Fate card called Timely Torrent and 4 new Fortune cards called Purify, Explosive Touch, Shared Fate and Fire Chains. I don't even want to really think about what they could do because I have no idea whatsoever. I'm hoping at least one of them is maybe like a killing time sort of thing. Otherwise, I have no idea. They could do completely anything, to be honest. And a while ago, Lee Ross actually tweeted out as well, saying, give me some ideas for like what Fate and Fortune cards you'd like to see into the game. And there was loads of people giving them loads of different answers, and I believe these are all like from the community. So I don't know, hopefully this is what we want to see, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know what else they could be just from looking at the names. Doesn't really give you too much of like a description unless you know exactly what they do, then it would be a bit more obvious. Okay, so the next one here, a lot of people thought there were going to be tickets in Rave and the Redwoods because on the trailer there's like a little HUD bit and you can see the tickets, but at the same time they still have the Zombie in Spaceland like outfits in that same shop. So what they've basically done is that they were testing out the Zombies in Spaceland like HUD onto the Rave and the Redwoods bit, because they probably didn't even create the Rave and the Redwoods HUD at this point. And this is confirmed by a tweet saying, no tickets in Rave and the Redwoods, we've changed the challenges to be personal this time and reward players with offhand weapons. Now I don't know what they mean by like offhand weapons. I'm only assuming because this map is very heavily based on like melee weapons. I mean, you start out with like your fists, and rather than having a pistol, like a change, we've never had a map that does that. That's pretty awesome. That's all I can imagine, like offhand weapons could be something to do with like the melee and bit. But I like the fact that they've changed it up a bit and it's not just going to be tickets all throughout like the DLC season. They're changing it up and giving us more things to sort of look forward to. One of the biggest things that we wanted in like Black Ops 3 was a new perk, and with this tweet here you can see straight up somebody asks, is there a new perk in Rave and the Redwoods? And Lee Ross on Call of Duty's Twitter says yes. Want to know what they are? You'll have to wait and find out on January 31st on PS4. Now this is interesting because this guy says, is there a new perk? Is it like a singular, like a new perk rather than like multiple new perks or whatever? And he says yes, but then want to know what they are instead of want to know what it is. You know, like he's worded it in like a plural thing, so maybe we have more than just 1 new perk, which would be absolutely amazing, but we've got confirmation that there is at least 1 new perk in Rave and the Redwoods, which is again really amazing. People have been speculating maybe it'll be like a dead shot. Personally, I would prefer if it was like a Widow's Wine type of perk. If it's not going to be a Widow's Wine like copycat perk, then I want something completely new, something completely different we've never seen before, like a completely brand new perk. Because with that, obviously we're going to get a new perk jingle. Which brings me into my next point. Somebody asked them, will perk jingles change to fit a 90s vibe? And unfortunately they replied back with, the jingles haven't changed, but the secret song is an original tune in the 90s breakbeat style. So I've asked this question so many times. If you watch our podcast, you've seen we've brought it up multiple times before, and even in videos I've brought it up as well. I really wanted the perk jingles from like Zombies in Spaceland to just be in that one map, and then them changing it all up like to have different music styles for Rave and the Redwoods and then DLC 2, 3 and 4. But unfortunately it's going to be the same song that we've all know already from all the perks. Obviously the new perk is most probably going to have a jingle, unless it's going to be like an electric cherry type of thing where like there's just no jingle. But more likely than not, the new perk or new perks should have new perk jingles. It's just the machines that we already have, like Toughen Up and Up and Atoms, etc. They still have the same jingle basically, so that's a little bit disappointing to be honest, but I mean, I guess it was too much work. There is a lot of work that goes into like making maps and things, obviously. Alright, so this one's pretty interesting. Basically, they were asked if there was any sort of special buildable wonder weapon, and they replied back with, you just might see something like that in the Rave and the Redwoods trailer if you look closely. Now, in my opinion, from the answer that he gave here, they're almost 100% talking about that crossbow thing that you see at one point in the trailer, that weird like multicolour crossbow, rifle gun, whatever, I don't even know what it's called, but that almost guaranteed is a wonder weapon, because if you look in the trailer and if you look at all the weapons that are used, that definitely is one that stands out, and all the rest are basically melee weapons. So for a wonder weapon type of thing, that crossbow thing is basically confirmed to be the wonder weapon. Whether there's just the one wonder weapon or whether there's going to be like multiple like there was in Spaceland, you know, I have no idea. But I sort of hope there are 4 again, just so then you can have like 1 per player, and it's sort of like easier for people, so then not only one player steals the wonder weapon and everyone else is just like tough luck. Alright, so this next one isn't exactly what's new within Rave and the Redwoods, but it's something that they might introduce into the future, which is actually really interesting, because I didn't really ever think about this because I never play like matches with random people that often. But somebody asks them, can we get gestures to communicate with people that don't have mics? It would be awesome, hashtag Infinity War Zombies. And they said, great suggestion, we'll keep that in mind for future development, stay tuned. So obviously they've got that sort of like feedback from the fans, and they're now like probably going to think about that for the next DLC, hopefully DLC 2. I think that would be a great addition. I don't know how they would quite sort of put in, I guess it would be quite simple gestures. You know, like you know, hello maybe, or what they do on like multiplayer possibly. I just think that'd be pretty awesome to be able to communicate with people without mics, just by like moving your character and doing different gestures. I think this is pretty awesome. I just wanted to include that one in here because it's what we might see in the future. Now this one's guaranteed to get a lot of people hyped. Basically, someone asked them if they're going to have any sort of other zombie game modes like gun game or anything else like that. You know, similar to like how Grief was in Black Ops 3. And they replied back with, we have prototyped some things, but we want to focus on our efforts for each DLC, which is fair enough, because, you know, why wouldn't you? That's like the main bulk of your zombie thing. But what this could mean is that by the end of like DLC 4, they could possibly bring in some more updates once obviously the main DLC season is like ended. They can then focus all of their efforts onto making like zombie like game modes and things, and that would be pretty awesome to see from them as well. Like seeing them sort of like doing similar things to like Grief, but obviously like not to copy Grief, but that's just like an example because that's one of the only game modes we've had so far. In Rave, will there be subtle hints to the next DLC map? Sorry, why the film? And then Call of Duty basically replied back with, did somebody say outro cinematic? There's not really anything else I can say about that. Straight up, Lee Ross is saying that there's going to be an outro cinematic after you do the Easter egg on this map, so that's something to look forward to, and I'm really happy they decided to go with that. I don't think they really thought about that for Spaceland, and then once everyone was like on an outcry saying we need outro cinematics, otherwise, you know, there's not really any point. It doesn't feel like we completed the map, so I feel like they've gone that route now because everyone was basically asking for it, and I mean, what else can I say? That's basically like confirmed. So that's all the tweets so far that they've tweeted out tonight that I actually sort of thought that these were actually quite interesting to share with you guys, and I'm quite hyped about a lot of this information I've shared with you guys as well tonight. So if you are hyped for any of this, like put down in the comment section below what you're most hyped about, whether it's the new perk, whether it's the outro cinematic, whether it's something else that wasn't mentioned in this video at all but sort of been confirmed. Let me know if there's anything I sort of missed out that you thought I should have included into this video, or just leave a like rating on the video if you are hyped whatsoever for the Rave and the Redwoods map. Subscribe for more zombies content, guys, and as always, I'll see you next time. Peace out.